Hi Geminis, the gems in my eyes. How are you guys? I hope you're doing good. This is for all my Geminis, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, men and women. So we're now covering your weekly for September 5th till September 11th, as you can see below. And this week there is a lot of stuff going on in the sky astrologically, so let's quickly run it down. So starting on Monday, September 5th, we have Venus moving into Virgo, where it doesn't do well, doesn't like to be there. So Venus being in Virgo, this may make us very critical or very nitpicky about the people, places, things that we love or feel drawn to, more so than at other times. Like maybe stuff that you didn't notice before, now you're gonna notice, and now it's actually gonna bother you. Let's say, for example, how someone chews or eats their food. Before it didn't bother you, but now when you're with this person, you can't seem to like get it out of like your head or like hear it or see it, and now it's like bothering you a lot. So you just want to keep yourself in check and remind yourself, okay, maybe it's not that deep. I'm just being a little too analytical. I'm analyzing. I'm dissecting things a little bit too much. My inner perfectionism is coming out, and just kind of be a little bit more chill, because Venus and Virgo may make us a little too nitpicky, too critical, and focusing and noticing all the details, all these little things that maybe are not so much of a big deal. Okay, and then the next day on the 6th, we have Pallas, the asteroid, moving into Cancer. And Pallas is like the warrior of like justice, so it being in Cancer is bringing out that energy of us wanting to protect and like stand up for our home, our family, our private life, our privacy, our personal, things in our personal life, things that bring us comfort. We may just want to protect and defend these things. Okay, and then on the 9th this week, September 9th, we have Mercury in Libra going retrograde until October 2nd, I believe. So for the rest of the month in September, Mercury will be going retrograde. It is going to be going into Virgo and then back into Libra, but it will still be in retrograde for the rest of the month. So it's nothing to be afraid of, but with Mercury retrograde, as you know, it can slow down communication. Technology could start acting funny, acting up, and there could be people from your past that start creeping back into your life again, or you're remembering each other, or someone starts messaging you or calling you or texting you, and especially those who you have unfinished business with. And sometimes it can be a test. Sometimes it can be like now maybe you're working through some issues. It kind of depends, but a lot of times people who you have unfinished business with, or they start remembering you, may start creeping back into your life. Okay, so just Mercury in Libra, it's already affecting me. Mercury in Libra, just be careful of what you're saying, how you're speaking to people. Maybe leave some time ahead for if you need to go somewhere, an appointment. Just be extra prepared, proofread, double check everything just in case, okay? And then the next day on the 10th, September 10th, we have a full moon in Pisces. So this is a very emotional, sentimental, feely full moon. So if you catch yourself being kind of emotional or in your feelings, that's why. So just be kind to yourself, be compassionate to yourself. This full moon in Pisces is really healing, it's really cleansing. So allow it to kind of wash away all your fears, all your doubts, and be around water if you can around this time. Drink lots of water, and if you can, try to eat healthy around the full moon, because it is the time when parasites tend to come out. Okay, all right, so we're going to be covering a little bit of health, work, and love. I'll have a link to the extended reading below in the description box if you're interested afterwards. And if you want to follow me on my Instagram or TikTok, it's Nicloves with 2 eyes. And also I've linked below my second channel, Nicloves XO, if you're interested. Okay? All right, so let's get right into it, Geminis. We're starting with health, work, and love. So when it comes to health, I feel like you're making progress forward, but the progress that you're making may be a little bit slow, but that's okay. That's not a bad thing. You don't want to like speed up and go 0 to 100 real quick sometimes, but you're making forward progress, and it seems like the actions that you're taking this week are giving you results, but you're working at it slow. This is a slow process. It's not something that's going to be super quick or like night and day. You're working at it and you're taking action, and it just feels like you're making progress, you're making forward movement with whatever it is that you're trying to do or accomplish. Maybe this is a week where you're really trying to implement better habits or better eating, lifestyle habits, exercise, stuff like that. and you're seeing that progress. It's slow, it's not super fast, but you are getting there. Say, okay, little by little. And you're being advised to really stay grounded, be practical, be logical about these things, be real about these things, and move your body a little bit more if you can, whatever's possible for you. Even just like walking 15-20 minutes a day, just something, you don't have to do anything intense, but moving your body a little bit more is going to be really beneficial for your health. Okay, and then when it comes to your work, school, career, and finances, I feel like for this week, Gemini, that you maybe are multitasking, or you're working on more than one thing at the same time. Maybe you've got 2 different projects, maybe you have 2 different meetings, or you got, work and school and this balance, and you got to try to juggle everything at once. So maybe you're trying to kind of be at 2 places at one time. Geminis, usually you probably are really good at multitasking, but this may be the week where you kind of have to separate your responsibilities, the things that you have to do, and maybe focus on one thing at a time, and weigh out your pros and cons. What's more higher priority? What's second, third? What do I need to work on first? Because maybe you feel like you're doing everything at once, and like after a while it can be hard to juggle, right, and keep that up. You can do it for a little bit, but then after a long time it can get a little bit tricky. But maybe you're trying to tackle, you're trying to have 2 jobs, or you have, work and school and internships or other things going on. So it's like stuff that you're trying to find a good balance here, because maybe you feel like you're dedicating more time to one than the other, and you're trying to keep things a little bit balanced. So the best way to do that, weigh out your pros and cons, be practical, be logical about this, and make a priority list. What's most important to do, get that done first if possible, and then go down the list. Okay, what else? Yes, and you're being advised to, again, use earth energy, stay grounded, be practical, take action, don't procrastinate, so that way you're not like all nervous or got everything piling on top of each other all at once. Okay, and if you can, try to focus on one thing at a time. It's probably gonna be better, because once you put all your attention to one thing, you can probably get that done a little bit faster, more efficiently, and then go on to the next. Okay, all right, so when it comes to your love, relationships, and dating, on your side we have the 10 of Cups, 8 of Swords, and the 2 of Wands. All right, and then on this other side, for this other person, this can be the past, present, or future situation, or all 3, all the above. We have the 6 of Cups, the Hermit, and the Chariot. So as far as who you could be dealing with, it definitely could be a water sign, like Cancer is definitely sticking out, or Pisces or Scorpio, also Virgo. Okay, but the main ones I see is Cancer and Virgo, but could also be another water sign, or any other sign for that matter. It doesn't have to be, right? It could be any sign, and it could just be a mixed match of one of those as well. So what's going on here? It feels like there could be a reconnection, a reconciliation. Someone from your past may be coming up. Again, it is Mercury retrograde this week, and that is your planet, so you guys may be definitely affected by it and feeling it, especially since it's in Libra, your fellow air sign. Maybe you are talking to someone again, or someone's come back into your life, or you've already reconnected with someone, and you're kind of working through some things together. And not all second chances are bad. Not all second chances are a terrible thing. Sometimes you meet someone and it wasn't the right time, or someone made a mistake, and then the second time around things work out. It's not always a bad thing to get back together with someone, especially if you know that they really did care, or have changed, or are trying their best. Okay, and it feels like this person really is trying, really cares about you. Maybe you guys knew each other before, or you grew up together, you went to school, or you worked together, or you were once in a serious relationship for a long time. But it feels like now you are getting back together, or you're loving on each other and trying to work through the difficult things. And I feel like this person's really trying to support you. Okay, and like the main thing that's coming out for you this week, generally speaking, is like, we all have bad days, right? We all have bad days, but it's the people who love us the most, those who love us, care about us, that stay. Always remember that. despite whatever you may do, you know, we all have our days when we're grumpy, moody, or we do make mistakes, but those who truly love us and care about us will stay. They will stay. They may go away sometimes, but they always come back. And I feel like this is someone who's always cared about you, always has loved you, and now is coming back, or you guys are reconnecting. You're mending the broken pieces back together because you love each other, and it seems like it's genuine, it's sincere. So maybe some of you are already in a relationship, or you're in a serious relationship, and like you guys had kind of like, you know, moments, but you're working things out, or you were separated for a while, but now this person's coming back into your life and you're working through the hard stuff. It feels like this is someone who is very detail oriented, is trying to find their inner light, their inner truth. Maybe they are someone who works in the healthcare medical industry, or is like a doctor, nurse, EMT, or something like that, or studying for that. It feels like they are someone who usually is more introverted or timid or maybe shy, but they're really smart, but they can also be very hard on themselves, very analytical, very critical, especially if they have Virgo energy. Okay, and they are really trying to help you, and I feel like they want to help you get over any fears or doubts, stuff that could have been brought complications to the relationship. And not only that, it's like they have now the confidence to move forward with you and kind of express to you what they feel and why this is important for them. I feel like this could be someone who's family oriented, or maybe now family is more important for them. They feel very comfortable with you, and they seem to be like wanting to work things out with you and not just taking the easy way out. You, I feel like, are the one that's struggling most in this connection or in this moment. You may be struggling not like you know, physically, but more so like mentally, maybe just accepting or trying to get past certain things, having fears, having doubts, or being afraid to love again, feeling kind of stuck, like you want this, but you can't get rid of maybe past memories or things that have happened. But it feels like by the end of the week, what happens for you, it's like you start off the week feeling all the love and like excitement, you feel this appreciation, support. Then maybe midweek you start to kind of start getting your head and thinking about things too much, or, you know, kind of confusing yourself and feeling afraid. But then at the end of the week, you start to get that newfound passion or motivation that maybe this person's kind of is helping you with. Like they're holding your hand and helping you through the storm. They're like, no, take my hand. We're walking through this. We're getting through this. And you find inspiration or courage, and you relate to each other, and you find the strength in each other in this connection. So it just feels like you guys are working through some hard things and realizing that we all have bad days, but it's the people who stay, it's people who love us that stay and who come back and stay for us. Okay, again, this person could be a Cancer, Virgo, or Pisces, Scorpio as well, but doesn't have to be. But I do feel like you guys are working through some things and maybe giving something a second chance, or trying again. All right, so let's continue on and extended to get more information, to see where their energy is at, what are they thinking, what are they feeling when it comes to you, what they don't want you to know that maybe you should know, and what their next action move will be towards you, and then also your advice. Okay, so we'll continue on and extended. A link will be below. I'll see you there. If not, I'll see you for our next reading. Take care. Bye.